Went from condos to Pop's house. On calls, now bus routes.
These last 2 weeks, since the last time I seen you, there has been a lot that has happened. It's crazy how things could change and or how many things could happen in just 14 days, right? But I was actually surprised because one day I was, chilling, doing some work like I usually, in here by myself, just doing my thing, and decided to, flip on YouTube, and I see a viral video, man, that is everywhere. I'm looking at the video, I see the boy, just walking around, listening to music, chilling. I'm like, okay, that's what's up, man. They really chiming in on the music. And it seemed like things were cool until someone walked up to you dissing you. Next thing you know, yeah. I see the dude on the ground on the video. So, I mean, the only one that know what happened, man, was you. So, I mean, what happened, bro?
Well, this wasn't just like a random thing. It was an ongoing person that's in the community that does foul shit in the community. You know what I mean? So I'm like one of them guardian angels. You know what I mean? When you come through the hood, them guardian angels will come through, and niggas got to stop selling drugs. You got to stop, because them guardian angels are there. So I was out there promoting some music or whatever. This guy has been a long-term pest in the neighborhood or whatever it may be. So in the neighborhood we deal with our own. You know what I mean? And in the society that we live in, they don't respect the cowboy, the guy that's here talking about God, the guy that's trying to tell you to do the right thing. They respect my violence, So I felt bad, what I mean. Every time I beat somebody up or I knock somebody out, I got empathy, what I mean. I shed a tear, what I mean, because I don't be meaning to hurt nobody, but if you force my hand for me to put my hands on you, then you get what you get, what I mean, because I'm a humble person. I give everybody respect. So if you disrespect me and I go upside your head, that's what you get. That's what you deserve. That's what you asked for. So that happened. He was looking for a viral clip. He got what he was asking for. Hopefully God got something in store for that dude. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that may be a wake up call for him, because it could have went two ways. You know what I mean? It could have went a couple of other ways. You know what I mean? But it went that way, so you could live to fight another day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It goes in these streets. It goes different ways. I done seen too much. I done lost too many friends to be playing defense. You know what I mean? So like I said, we knocking out negativity. I'm up early in the morning drinking coffee. I done have my prayers. I'm a happy person. Some people don't wake up. They wake up with a negative energy. You know what I mean? So, and my boy Greatness, he was like, man, I seen the clip just like you saw the clip.
Yeah.
And he said, man, how are we going to turn this negative situation into something positive? I said, man, I don't know. He said, I was thinking about knocking out negativity. You know what I mean? I said, you know what? That goes right in with what I got going on. So we knocking out negativity. We killing idle time, and and we're gonna teach these youngsters something different. We can teach them violence. That's easy. They can watch TV and learn that. You know what I mean? Learn about health. Learn about something other than who snitching, who telling. A person that's snitching, a person that's telling, a person that's doing all these different things that you worried about. The only people that are worried about those people are people that are breaking the law. Mm-hmm. If you're not breaking the law, you're not worried about nobody snitching on you. You're not worried about nobody telling on you. You're not worried about all those different things. So don't put yourself in that position where you're doing crimes and you got to worry about somebody telling on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the last. I don't have to worry about nobody telling on me because I'm doing everything right. I'm doing everything right.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to encourage these youngsters to just show them something different. I've been to every prison in California. Do you want me to sit there and be a big homie and show you how to get there? Or should I be a big homie to show you how not to get there? You know what I mean? So I look at a lot of these OGs on these and they try to throw my name out there, say this and that, but what is your ultimate goal? When I tell the homie, yeah, you wasn't a factor from over there. And he's like, oh yeah, I wasn't a factor, but a real factor in your community is a person that's trying to change your community.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you a factor by how much work you done put in. I'm not saying none of that stuff. I'm saying, what are you doing to change your community now? Everybody podcasting about the 60s. But what is anybody doing to change that over there? What are you doing for my community right now that's struggling? What are y'all guys doing? Y'all reporting on everything negative. Y'all reporting on everything. But is anybody stepping up trying to bring the peace just in that community? Not just the peace. I'm trying to bring in the Bloods and the Crips. I'm trying to bring in us black people as a whole. And I'm just struggling with just my little community. So look at the big picture. I got so many people that's involved in this movement that I got going on. And it's crazy that just a little bit of community right here, just all it takes is a little bit of hate, a little bit, you know what I mean? A little negativity mess up a whole club and it mess up a whole positive function.
Man,
you know what I mean? So that's what I'm up against. But God don't put nothing on your shoulders you can't hold. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna be an easy fight. That's why I felt he picked a soldier like me, somebody that been in the streets, somebody that been to prison, somebody that ain't no punk, somebody that ain't no buster, somebody that's gonna stand for what's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not somebody that's not. It's a lot of people that see the wrong stuff that's going on, but they too scared to say something about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got to step up when we see wrong, correct it. Now it's on that person to listen, but you got to correct it. You got to drop that seed. So.
I had to show 'em that I wasn't made.